Hello. I don't know what that sound is. Hello. I don't know what that
I know what it is.
sound is. I figured it out. I don't know why that window came up unmuted, but that's one less feedback loop to worry about, right? Hi, my name is Dylan, and this is Margaret. And welcome to the Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms weekly live stream. It's been a month or so since I've been here, so...
You're back,
hey.
Yay!
So before we begin, I would like to thank D&D for hosting us on the official D&D Twitch. It is and will always be an honor to be here. And shout outs as well to Erica, who is helping to co-produce and moderate the stream with us, and is also in chat managing the giveaways and running the C&E Games account. So thank you, Erica. We sometimes get stuff sent to us in the mail from people that we work with.
Yes.
Cool people, cool organizations, and last week, while Margaret was still at PAX and I was still on leave, something showed up from our friends at Beadle and Grimm's. So we're going to take some time to open this surprisingly heavy for a small box set.
It's Beadle and Grimm's. It's never surprisingly heavy.
Well,
It's always heavy.
well, the last one, even though the Descent to Avernus box was enormous, it wasn't that heavy, whereas this one is just dense.
Okay.
And whoever opened it already when it got here to peek inside wasn't able to get it back flush. So it's like it's like puffing itself out. Anywho, so I'm going to switch to the ye old unboxing cam.
Yay.
And then I don't know. Do you want to? How are you? Who's the better hand model? Are you?
The booth kind of attacked my hands, so.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right, I'll touch the stuff. You can talk about it.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Shiny. I don't think this one has a plushie, but
No.
it's okay.
No
It's
plushie
okay.
for people to fight over.
Hey, I brought Lulu to PAX.
This is like a 2-page sort of masthead. Contents, what's in the box? And then like the letter from the folks at Beadle and Grimm's. These are always really cool. So there's a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
here. Also, there's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah. Book is divided up into 6 chapters. Ooh, there's some good looking battle maps. All right.
Okay.
Let's this is interesting, but
Oh, shiny. You're like,
what is
no.
this thing? Oh, it's a pin. It's a
Ooh.
shiny rainbowy feather pin thing. Anybody know what that is? Do you know what that is?
I do not know off the top of
I don't
my
know what
head.
this one is. So
Is there a legend?
Probably. So, like, my experience with Eberron is, it was what introduced me to 3.5.
Ooh, Token of Featherfall.
Oh, okay. Token of
Thank you,
Featherfall.
this guy.
Yeah, my introduction to 3.5 was through an Eberron campaign with some friends. And it's what got me back into D&D. But I haven't played a lot of Eberron since 3.5, which was a couple of decades ago. So cool.
Yeah.
Featherfall token. Neat. Is this just the...
I think this is the cord for these shiny rocks,
Oh,
which are awesome.
gems.
Gems.
Shiny gems.
Shiny gems. You have a cord, a bag that goes with them, so you can wear your shiny gems,
Oh,
which is awesome.
are you going to wear the shiny gems?
Probably not every day, but I'll definitely put the shiny gems onto the cord because that's where it should go. Everything in its place, Dylan.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
in its place.
Yeah. Are you going to survive without your 2 o'clock coffee break?
Clive was kind enough to grab me one before the stream, so
Oh, that's good.
I'll survive. I'll survive.
I'm gonna take a look at. There's a box of magic item cards here. See, so the camera's over here, and it's just like counterintuitive for me to be like, "Oh, here's the box," but it's like, just all right. I'm opening
Okay.
this thing up.
Here are your shiny gems.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do like the fancy little knots around each individual one, and then.
Okay,
I'm just teasing.
fine,
I'm kidding.
fine,
I'm kidding.
fine.
Don't do
Doing
it.
it now. Too late. We'll take that suggestion as,
Alrighty.
an order.
I'm not going to spoil every magic item card that's in here, but I am curious what is here. Everything is done in this really nice aesthetic that looks like the layout design for the Eberron Rising from the Last War book. So, oh god, it's one of the books I actually went and picked up the nice one, not the nice one, the alternate cover one that just makes me feel like a little bit more elitist. I went and picked that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just. Oh, where am I? It's magic item cards from the book. The prosthetic limb. I really like that thing. There's also one where you can. It could be like a limb that shoots the hand at people.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah. Docents. Belashira's Beholder Crown. An arm blade. Arcane Propulsion Arm. That's the one.
I mean, if you could have beholders on your crown, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Anyways, these look super
Yeah.
cool. It's funny because I love stuff like this. More like considering the amount that I actually get to play D&D, I spend a lot more money on peripheral D&D stuff than is really logical.
But isn't the Strahd lunchtime campaign starting back up? So you'll be playing there?
It will be, but Adam said he's not going to start it back up until a couple other things are wrapped up.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Alrighty, so these will be the Eberron specific monster cards. One of my favorite things about the Eberron setting, that's really different from all the other ones, pretty much, is that there are giant war robots in it.
Giant war.
Wow, that is some resilient plastic. I really wanted to pull on it, but I was worried that it'd snap and I'd be like,
And it would go everywhere.
yeah. And then me punching Margaret on the face would be on stream forever. That would be so
That would
bad.
be so funny.
Oh well, in that case, no.
Please don't punch me.
Yeah, no, I'm not planning on it.
But yeah.
Alrighty, so yeah,
It looks a lot like Warden if they were,
60 feet tall.
60 feet tall. And,
Yeah, it's a Warforged Titan CR8.
Oh, that's why you look like
yeah.
Warden.
And then they fit. That's why I used Warden for the like social graphic for this episode.
That's
Is 'cause
smart.
it's the only Eberron character we have. There's a bunch of other cool ones in here. I want to see. They're gonna have the big bads from Eberron in this, right? The really scary stuff. I don't know how many of you had had a chance to peek through. Oh, this one's good. This one is real good. For no reason, that one is awesome. Here we go. These two jerks, right here.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Who in chat knows who they are?
Silence.
Oh, I am certain there are people in chat who knows who they are.
Chat knows everything.
Yeah. The hive mind of the chat is smaller than we can be, but giant war robots. So this is Sulkatesh, which is kind of like one of the immortal evil deities of the Eberron plane, demi-plane. What is Eberron? Eberron's not in the prime material plane, but anyways. It's a CR28 absolute nightmare of a monster that could level cities easily with their abilities, like just absolutely bonkers. They will be making an appearance in every campaign I DM from here on out. And then Rak Tilkesh is also CR28, and it's just like the most vicious melee monster. Makes 4 weapon attacks. Just absolutely frightening. They do have stats, Jadisero, and technically you can kill them or you can defeat them, but there are notes in here about how they are essentially the embodiment of things. So, like, while they can be defeated, or that form can be destroyed, they're just never just gone. So, if for some reason your players are somehow able to deal with a CR28 evil deity thingy, how cool is that?
That is pretty wicked.
Yeah, what is that? Iron Defender. Yeah. If they're somehow able to deal with it, it says in the book, it's like pops up somewhere else on the material plane, and will badly want to destroy said party, or do something worse. And that's the true joy as a DM is inflicting things upon your players that are worse than their characters dying. So guess what these are? I know what these are already, but guess what they are?
They look like temporary tattoos.
They are.
Okay.
They're dragon mark temporary
Ooh.
tattoos.
That's pretty fab.
Yeah. pretty cool, huh? And they even say on the back which ones they are. The mark of scribing for this one. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now the shiny rocks again, this time appropriately on the thingy.
Oh, yeah. No, it's getting there. It's getting there.
Pass. For now.
But now you have to wear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be.
All right. Oh, this is maps and maps. Oh yeah, maps. Maps are the greatest. All right. For those wondering, yes, there is a secret code
Yes.
combination for this episode, but there are no clues to it anywhere. So it's thematically appropriate. So I'm sure somebody will find it because you guys are really good at brute forcing your way through all the combinations. But
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure there's someone who just takes everything I say and puts it into the combination thingy.
that'd be kind of smart. Yeah. So this is a map of. Do you know what the continent's called in Eberron?
No, I didn't know there would be a quiz.
It's okay. There's a name. Oh god. It's bigger than his. Wait, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it up here.
Yeah.
Too big for our tiny little area. It's Corvair. Check it out.
So pretty.
With a big white scar in the middle. That's the Mornland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that there's notes and stuff on this too. That's actually really helpful. Because as a DM who can't always remember what an area is supposed to look like, having a note, it's like, oh yeah, this place is like whatever.
And more like a topographical. There's forest here. There's wasteland here.
Yeah. I'm going to guess that Ice White Island is icy.
Unless it's playing like a Greenland Iceland on you.
Yeah. And then there's another huge map. Oh god.
Oh gosh.
Oh, this one's bigger.
I need to be at assistance. Ooh.
Oh, it's caught. It's
Ooh.
Sharn.
City of Towers.
Yeah, it's kind of like Midgard. Actually, no, Midgard is kind of like Sharn. Wait, which one came out first? No, Final Fantasy VII came out first, so it's kind of like Midgard. Yeah, a layered metropolis where basically all your city-related campaigns and Eberron games take place. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, we're probably just gonna. These are probably gonna end up on the wall in the art room now.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're not allowed pretty art for our walls?
we are, but we're by windows.
Oh.
We get natural light instead, which is what the art team doesn't want.
Okay.
What do you got there?
I have. Here's the. One half is a battle map.
Oh, it's a
and the
lightning
other
rail.
half is a lightning rail.
Yeah, that's cool. So a sleeper car, a galley car. Oh, Adam, this would have been so helpful for our Extra Life a couple of years ago. We did a train heist on a lightning car, which was a lot of fun. That was awesome. It was timed and everything. We had Clive doing announcements over the PA, like, all aboard! Yeah, it was great.
That'd be great.
Yeah, the desk cam is a bit zoomed in because I only really had a spot for it that was like a little too close to the desk, so it's a little wider than I'd like. The good part of that is like you can see that this is the airship one. So they have they have a full-size map for the decks of an airship. I'm actually not going to fold it all out.
Okay.
What's on the back side of it? The back side of it is an airship terminal. That's cool. Because I don't want to spoil every single thing that's in here. But we're doing this one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely doing this one.
Ooh.
You got the side there? And then this is interior maps for a fallen Warforged Colossus. So, Warforged Colossi are these massive mechanical siege machines in Eberron that House Canis built that are like 100-foot tall war machines filled with cannons and stuff, and then they have like decks on them for wizards to be slinging spells from and archers, and then they have people running the machinery on the inside, and so like they're like massive siege weapons. And contained within the Eberron Rising from the Last War book is a section on where a number of these Warforged Colossi currently reside. And so it's like, number 50 is in this place right here. And so, yeah, you can kind of go through them. You can subject your players to dealing with a Colossus, or maybe they get one and they're driving it around. I don't know.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. Of course, if I ever let my players get a Warforged Colossus, then I would only have to make them like fight a kaiju or something, right? Like, it's gotta, if you get cool stuff, then you're gonna deal with harsher stuff. That's kind of the rule.
A letter from the acquisitions department.
Yeah, this is divided into 6 chunks. The Eberron Rising from the Last War book, which is one of my favorite D&D 5e books so far. Now that I have one at home that I've actually read through. Although, how well I retained it, I don't know. Because apparently when you have a child, your ability to sleeping, rest, and retain information is like... So, but I quite enjoyed what I remember. And, yeah, so this is the broken down chapter version. It's kind of like roughly putting this in order. And then, like always...
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of stuck. Beadle Grimm's has a custom DM screen that is appropriate to each product.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So this one's got it's got dragon marks and which marks they are on it, and just like common Eberron related things like the names of the months and wards of Sharn and the deities of Eberron, and then on the front side, I don't have them here to confirm this, but my guess is that this is a custom piece of commissioned art that they had put together. Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Cool.
All right, slowly going back in the opposite order now. So what's in here?
It looks like the text handouts. So we've got
The Voice of Breland. It's like a publication. Watch Commander or Crime Lord. This is the kind of stuff that Eric's always making.
Yes, exactly. You have the letter from the acquisitions department of Margaret University.
Okay. Cool.
Letter from the
Codename Chronicle. Welcome contractor. Huh.
A rather ominous note.
Ominous note?
My favorite kind of note, really.
Is there any other kind? Yeah, I guess there's like grocery notes and stuff. That's what I'm going to do on my games. I'm going to have a piece of paper in a language they don't know, and then when they finally decipher it, it's going to be like eggs, apples, like just a grocery shopping list.
No, they a friend of mine in university ended up doing that with papyrus fragments, and it's like, oh, this is a grocery list. And a letter to mom. Okay.
Cosmology of Eberron. Here we go. Yeah. Cool.
Newspaper.
Oh, another one.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it all, though.
I don't remember all of these being in the book. I'd have to refresh it, which is to say, read it all over again. Oh, those will be like one-shots and bonus characters?
Bonus encounters.
Yeah.
The art's really nice, though.
Yeah.
It really does look like war.
Bonus encounter, murder on the Halcyon. That's awesome. There's been a murder! Wow, it's murder on the Orient Express. On the Lightning Orient Express. That's awesome.
It really looks like Warden.
Well, I mean, Warden kind of looks like any other Warforged, only with purple tentacles instead of like the organic wood that's in between the metal. That's what makes them unique.
Squishy.
Yeah.
That looks like an angry bird.
Yeah. I do declare. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I'm just more. It's more fabulous props and artwork.
Cool. Don't
want to spoil everything. So pretty.
I like this Warforged Colossus map. Yoink. Just gonna stuff that in my. Yeah. Anyways, lots and lots of stuff for.
Uh-oh. Take off the shiny now.
Yeah, we're definitely not. It's These boxes always just like expand when you have them, and then like you can't fit everything back in it as well.
Maybe it was packed in like a drier climate or something.
Probably. I don't know. It was probably full of. No, that's a bad joke. I was going to make a really bad joke,
No.
but I'm not going to, because there are
need to do
people on
that.
stream,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't.
Nope.
So yeah. Anyways, cool stuff.
Thank you very much, Beadle Grimm, for sending us a cool box.
Yeah.
To Battle Royale over.
No, we don't get to. That's no one person's thing. It is.
No,
It is.
no,
It
no,
is
no.
the office box.
Yeah. So if you want to play that campaign in the office, you can use the props.
Yeah. Oh, I am done the Twilight Grove. I guess that happened while we were talking. I mean, I was gonna have this random formation just kind of going in the background, but maybe I guess I will set up another one. Does my Steam achievement pop up? No, it doesn't.
I see you have the new green flame skin.
Yes, I do. And until you mentioned it just now, I forgot that it was there. Let's do the one. No, I can't remember. Is this one still bugged? Do you know if this is bugged, Mark? No, I'm kidding.
I just got back from PAX East today.
Only champions with a high dex may be used. Wow, that'll change up my Zorbu formation. Let's do it. So yeah, I have a lot of favor in this campaign, so I can
Don't say.
max out everything instantly. So what do I want to? What do I feel like doing? Ooh, Korth. I like Korth. I like Artemis. Of course, that means. Do I have access to?
There you go.
Alrighty. So I actually have been, for fun, using bear form. Tyrrell with Artemis. And gotta get Zorbu in there.
Why does your bear form look different than mine?
Because he has the champion Tyrrell skin.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Of course, needs to be up here. Actually,
Like,
here.
my Tyrrell doesn't have cool green tattoos.
No?
No.
Oh, tattoos are the coolest, I guess. I don't know. Who else?
Well, if they look radioactive, maybe you should get that looked at.
Yeah. Who do I want in my last slot? I think I'm just gonna. Actually, you know what? So I'm gonna put Morgaine in just because the numbers for Morgaine are so bonkers. Even though the stacking debuff that Ayla has tends to perform better. That'll level everybody up. Is he even gonna get any kills in here? Probably not. So this. In front, foe. Just kind of let it max out. All right. What was the other one that I wanted in this? I can't even remember. Effective paid up front by 20% for each enemy attacking a champion within. No, this one. Anyways, what am I at? E160. There's a ways to go yet. I'm not at the ceiling yet. Oh, I didn't pass E170. Shame.
Oh yeah,
Put
such
some
same.
Put some familiars on here, clicking ultimates.
Why?
All right, now I don't have to look at this again.
Careful.
I know this isn't the most optimized formation, but it's not bad considering I came up with it on the fly. Congrats, you're a dad now. I am a dad now, yeah. I have successfully procreated. Only took a few tries. Yeah, it's every bit as amazing as people say it is. It's totally worth it. But it's tiring and it's a lot. As anybody who had kids knows, it's a lot. So, yeah. All right, I'm just kind of I'm going to catch up on the questions, and then I'll get back into the baby stuff.
Yeah.
Is Baby Spurt animated to walk like that in the game as well? I haven't noticed him doing anything other than standing around his pod. So the splash screen graphic that if I click on is going to turn on the splash screen music, so bear with it for a second. Baby Spurt. That is how Spurt is animated in game when Spurt's actually walking back and forth, and then when he's clicking, he's kind of like bonking the little soup pot down, or standing in place. So through March 17th. Let me double check the dates. I think it's 17th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So until the clock strikes midnight at the end of Tuesday, March 17th, all proceeds from the Baby Spurt Familiar go to Game to Grow. Who is?
A fantastic,
I know, that
fantastic
was me.
mental health charity about working on games.
Yeah.
And does
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. We're just back from PAX.
Group-based and game-based therapy groups to help kids and teens build their real world skills and develop lasting friendships in a safe space.
Sorry, I for some reason I figured I'm like, she'll have an answer for this right now because she was like saw them at PAX, but PAX
and they were great. And then PAX was PAX, and then I slept for 2 days. Yeah, it was great.
So Game to Grow is a 501c3 nonprofit organization in the U.S. Dedicated to the use of games for all kinds of therapeutic, educational, and community growth-related things, especially for kids and teens. So it was a really cool organization to get involved with. We met those folks at, I think, PAX East last year, actually, was when we first met them. So they've been nice to work with, and we've been wanting to work with them for a while. And through a bit of a series of coincidences, in January we did we had one of our artists, Georgia, do up an illustration of Baby Spurt to wish Spurt a happy
birthday.
1 year birthday, assuming he actually made it that far. Well, it was a happy birthday Spurt thing, and we just thought it was kind of a cute, fun thing. But people liked it a lot. And so we got the blessing of Chris Perkins to take Baby Spurt and turn it into a familiar that we could use to raise some money for charity. So that's what we're doing, and we're super stoked about it. And we hope everybody who is thinking about getting their own Baby Spurt does so in the next couple weeks, so we can support this cause. And no, Baby Spurt is not hidden code. Yeah. Anyways, let's see. Forehead tattoos for the next stream? No.
I think he means the Eberron ones.
No, I thought that's what I figured. Still no.
Okay.
I have enough tattooing on me right now, although I might get more. Anyways.
I also have sufficient for now.
Yeah. A Baby Spurt skin. I can dream. So Spurt, the kobold in the game, isn't going to get a skin for Baby Spurt. Baby Spurt is... how come Baby Spurt isn't on screen? Hey, you know what? That's a great point. There you go. I have a lot of the animations turned off in case people are wondering why he's just hovering there doing nothing. I have flashing and a lot of other effects disabled just because we, in the past, have had some viewers who have photosensitivity related stuff going on for them. So there's Spurt just kind of hovering there.
Being adorable.
Moonwalking across the screen slowly. And not clicking for any damage since I haven't used any pots. How is baby Dylan? Dylan is tired. Baby is good. She is, it's, I don't know. What can I say? It's something else. She's spent a lot of time cluster feeding over the last week, which means, feeding every hour to 90 minutes for, anywhere from 10 minutes to 60 minutes straight. Planning to grow because babies will do things like they'll grow 3, 4, 5 centimeters in a day.
What?
Yes, it is the craziest thing. They will stay the same size for 4 or 5 days, and then they'll eat so much that the next day when you go to put a onesie on them, it won't fit anymore. It's wild. And so, yeah, she is absolutely adorable. And she now makes cooing sounds, which are adorable to hear. I'll show you a video on my phone after this is over.
Okay.
Where, like, it was from, like, yesterday or the day before. Catherine was like, say hi to Daddy. And she's like, whoo! You know, it's like, it's cute. Anyways, she's doing well. It is nice. There's a lot of overwhelming amounts of information related to the whole process of having a child and dealing with everything related to it, from getting the birth certificate to getting all the medical stuff out of the way, like, you know, getting tested for different things. And, you know, really all you want is just to have a healthy baby. And we did. Yay. But good Lord, there's a lot going on. It's a very overwhelming experience. I imagine that part of it is easier with more kids, but then you just have more kids, so you're already tired when you start. So, yeah. Anyways, we're all good. What was the name of the second one? Raktalkesh, I think it is. Raktalkesh. I have a hard time with the names for those ones. Dylan with baby could totally work and is not a code. No, it's not. Yeah. Like I said, the other code is appropriate for the activity that we already did on this stream, but is otherwise not really super hidden. Super hinted towards. So, let's see. I have a lot of favors. What is your gold find multiplier?
Crazy.
5.16 E90.
That's insane.
Yeah, I might have used the totally not OP crawl right at launch to do some shenanigans to get my favor super high. I've actually been seriously considering resetting it, but I just haven't. I did it in a bunch of my campaigns, so yeah. Already bought it. Can I get some more time gate pieces in wild offers? I like one time gate piece is not cool. 3+ in wild offers. I can pass the feedback along as trays. That'll probably be for Justin, or maybe Chris R, who does all of our analytic data stuff. We get a lot of feedback about wild offers, which varies. The feedback itself varies wildly, probably because, hey, there's a lot of different stuff in them. So it's all data-driven stuff. So it's pretty fascinating. Baby Jim Dark Magic when?
That was adorable.
That's funny. I actually haven't gotten around to watching that Acquisitions Incorporated game yet. That's one of my favorite parts of going to a PAX, is actually seeing the live game. Even though you're already tired, and then you sit down for like 3-4 hours there, and you just kind of want to go to sleep, but then you got to go for a late dinner, and then you do it all again the next day, and PAX.
It happened. It was great.
Did you have a highlight?
It was meeting some members of the community and finally being able to put faces to usernames, specifically Zeke. Hi, Zeke. That was really nice to meet you.
Oh. Zeke, did I meet you last year at East? I honestly can't remember.
Yeah. He just started playing this past fall. So
okay.
Probably not.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different Zeke then, because there's somebody who was a Zeke on Twitch that we've had on Reddit that we've had around for a while. I'm getting them mixed up. Alrighty. So, Ilt Design, how are the two of you today? Also, have you ever considered either bi-weekly or monthly updates that bring the champions more in line with each other? A small buff to the weakest one and a small debuff to the strongest. You want to answer the first part?
I'm doing well. I'm a little bit tired, but happy to be back in the office and back to routine. Not as tired as Dylan.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a competition. I've only been up since 5:30.
He says, saying it's not a competition.
It's not a competition. I've already won. No. I mean, what can I say? I find time changes really hard. So I remember last year. Granted, when I left PAX East last year, there was this funny thing. So I'm not going to name names or anything, but there was a hotel that we were all staying at. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same one this year, but I don't know. It wasn't. Okay. Anyway, so we were at this hotel, and every day kind of got into a routine of like just getting ready. And then on the last day, I'm like, maybe I'll try the hotel body wash. Which I had a significant allergic reaction to that made my flights awful, which were delayed and early and just a horrible experience anyways. And then like, I went to the hospital when I got back home to make sure that it wasn't really serious, because it was the strongest allergic reaction I had in 30 something years. And I was left with rashes like hives for almost 10 months afterwards. Like they just slowly went away. Because, when you rub stuff on your body, your skin is porous and stuff can get in and stay in for a long period of time. So that's how long it took to get whatever was in that body wash out. I actually ended up contacting the hotel to be like, hey, what was that? And they had their, like, it was from whatever provider they had. It was one that only that hotel chain had. And so like the concierge that I contacted with was like really tried to help me and like took photos of a bunch of the different bottles that have like 400 ingredients on them. So who knows what the heck it was. But so the rule is
pack your own soap.
Pack your own soap and shampoo when you travel.
Yes.
Which I normally do, but I just didn't think about it and I was exhausted. And that was a really awkward 48 hours plus immediately after PAX East last year. That also, when then I flew out to Hawaii for my vacation, not being really able to enjoy sunshine because bad things for hives include heat and sunlight.
Oh, no.
So I spent a lot more time in the shade and Yeah.
Oh, our flight was delayed getting in.
I heard, you guys got back super late / early.
I got home at 2:30 Pacific, which was 5:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
And I was very tired.
Yep.
But brought my own soap. But I tried to bring a very small thing of yogurt in for breakfast on the way there, and they're like, no, you can't bring yogurt. That's considered a gel. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not safety yogurt.
But you made it back.
Made it back.
Yeah. No cubes exploded during this trip.
No cubes exploded. It all went really well, I think.
That's good.
Yeah. Better than South in the sense that we didn't start it exhausted.
Yeah, that was a fun thing to hear about. Well, we're like in the office and we're like seeing the updates constantly. It's like, good Lord, is anything going right? Well, no. The answer is no.
It's like I put the filtered version on our social media accounts, and then I put my internal monologue on our internal messaging system in the office. So, yeah.
It's not a con if things don't go wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
They want to know if you'll give a hint about I assume the code.
Yeah. Is it still the same one that was earlier?
So I had jokingly written a code in that
you changed?
Yeah, I changed it because it was a joke, but people were like, "That's your code? Oh my god!" And I was like, "No, that's not my code." I just put it there because I was real tired yesterday when I did it.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
One of the words in the code is on the cover of this box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's leave that for there now. Do you know when the other half of the Penny Arcade Green Flame stream is happening? Jerry and Dave, I think it is, are doing Penny Arcade stream later this month that will complete the code and the shenanigan stuff. The secret code is 12 digits. Yeah, I will give that much. Yeah, that's it brings the number of permutations down by a few orders of magnitude. Yeah. You know what? So the entirety of the Green Flame related promo, every part of it, was conceived, planned, and executed while I was gone. So I actually don't know very much about it.
I know that the stream is coming soon. Yeah. We don't have an exact date yet, but as soon as we know, we will be letting everyone know. So.
Okay. Yeah. I hope that helps. Yeah. There's a.
Stay tuned for more information.
Margaret was just telling me before the stream that she had jokingly put an image in the company chat of an office with a bonfire in the middle of it, and people shouting marketing calls for aid.
Yes, the beacon is lit.
The beacon is lit. Marketing calls for aid. While I was gone, because we just have a lot of different overlapping campaigns, and like I'm still actually kind of just catching up. Jumped in. I'm like, oh, I got 4 blogs to write this week, so I'm going to do that first. And then
this is our first day where we're both back, so
yeah,
we still need to.
Yeah. There's a champion that was our next champion was announced earlier today on the D&D Beyond dev stream musical shindig, which kudos D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I think Lauren's in chat. I don't know if anybody else from D&D Beyond is, you know, conceiving and executing something on that scale for a dev update, pretty freaking cool. Cheers. I kind of bow without bowing because I'm in a chair. But yeah, it was very cool. And Briv Steel Marrow, a half orc who has like magic steel in his bones. So he's kind of like Wolverine, except he can pull it out and make armor out of it. Like, it sounds super OP. I don't know what your DM's letting you guys get away with over there, but my God. Anyways, Briv Steel Marrow is our next champion, coming as part of Festival of Fools Year 3. He is a tanking, healing, and support champion, which is a lot. And I still actually, even though I wrote the champion spotlight already, and Justin went over and fixed a ton of mistakes I'd made because I had a hard time wrapping my head around how his design fits together, because I haven't had a chance to actually test him yet. He's shaping up to be pretty awesome. I think Adam was the one who did the art for Briv, and just the part where like because he's like got a sort of tabard and stuff, but when he comes under attack, he like manifests heavy armor. And so that will be in the game. He'll be marching away, except when he gets hit, he'll create armor. And he's got a pet flumph. I'm very curious to see how he comes together. It's pretty cool. What are some of the funniest inside jokes you guys have in the C&E office? God, what even is an inside joke here?
Everyone makes fun of me because I like to go for coffee at exactly 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well, it's only because you're specific about it being exactly 2. If you hadn't ever specified 2:00, it never would have happened. It's fine though. That's fine. I was actually thinking we quarantined Dexter's desk this morning so that when he came into work, it had plastic wrap in a plastic cube with a biohazard sign on it.
That's only one of the PAX team.
Well,
so
Eric came in extra early. He got here about 5-10 minutes after I did, which was a surprise. I was like, "Oh, Eric's here!" Like, surprised to see him. And so they didn't do it to his desk, and then they were like, "Well, we're not going to do it to Margaret's because we make too much fun of her already." So they were worried about they were worried about pushing it a little too far. So yeah,
that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, a lot of our inside jokes are probably fall under NDA somewhere or stuff that we probably couldn't publicly disclose. Now that I think about it, so yeah, making fun of Clive for how British he is a pretty ongoing thing here. Every one of our meetings, whenever anybody has to say how they're doing or what they did or whatever, we always start with Nick. Who is the lead dev on Bushwhacker 2.
Everything starts with Nick.
He's the pre-Margaret. Because I bet if Nick wasn't here, they would start with you.
Really?
That's my guess. It really depends, actually.
No, it's whoever sits in Nick's spot.
Yeah, but so Nick's spot is in another room now. We got an office next door. So,
but in Nick's former spot, like the artist formerly known as Prince, the spot that was formerly Nick's.
Yeah, George's friend who makes Bushwhacker 2.
Yeah.
As said by Scott Kurtz. Yeah, other than that, I mean, we make fun of everything, but
And everyone.
a lot of our humor has to do with behind the scenes related stuff that we can't really talk about. So, yeah. Do we know what spot Briv is in? We do. We're going to save that information for the Idle Champion Spotlight, which will probably come on Tuesday or maybe Monday, most likely Tuesday. Yeah. Plus, even though I did the first draft of the Spotlight and Justin went over it again, Chris still needs to see it and do the last once over to make sure that everything is like up to date because things get iterated on during testing, and we're still testing Briv, I think. So, yeah. All right. For the second half of my first question, if it's unanswerable, have you ever considered either? The bi-weekly or monthly updates that bring champions more in line with each other? Okay, so that was the part that I forgot to get to.
Right.
The easiest way to sum it up quickly is that when we do champion balancing stuff, it's actually like a significant time commitment for Justin to do because he's literally the only person with the skill set to do it. I mean, the rest of us can give feedback on what we think needs to be adjusted, but he's the one who has all the numbers and everything.
He knows.
And so he kind of, I can say that, yes, I can absolutely say and confirm that, yes, he has been working on the second half of the Year 1 Champion Balance update. And there's going to be a significant wave of changes to the rest of those Year 1 characters as part of that. So, but yeah, doing it monthly would just be too frequently. But we do endeavor to have, at least a handful of meaningful character updates a year. So, we did a tanking, healing, and shielding one at the end of 2018, and then we did a Year 1, a core champion balance update, and the first half of the Year 1 champion balance update last year, which was like 20-something champions that got done, and then quite a few were changed in the tanking, healing, and shielding one. So, we're hoping to do a couple more this year. But, a lot of behind-the-scenes factors dictate when those kind of things could be. So the only one that you can really expect this year for sure will be the second half of the Year 1 champion balance update. And I don't have an ETA on it yet. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be done. Hello, I just downloaded this game. I haven't played it yet. Any advice? There's a few things, nbaker222, there's a feue things that I personally had a lot of trouble wrapping my head around the first time I played Idle Champions because I had never played Cookie Clicker or Adventure Capitalist, or AdCap, as people call it. I hadn't played any other iterative Idle games, and I didn't get into Crusaders of the Lost Idols either. That was before my time at Codename. The idea of slowly iterating on your formation, improving it a little bit every run, and then having resets and building up your favor and earning more, and just kind of like the core loop really took me a little bit to get around personally, because I'd never played any game that did that. So that was the thing that was probably the biggest sort of intro stumbling block for me. So yeah.
Especially the iterative component as opposed to not falling into just the stubborn habit of trying to push even if it's no longer effective.
Yeah. Like the idea that I wouldn't be able to complete an adventure where I might just have to build up the favor and start over and then try to earn exponentially more favor the next time around, that was lost on me at first. Rathanosk said enable scientific notation, which I heartily agree with, because yes, in your first few runs you're not going to get into bigger numbers, and so remembering all the different letters and what they represent for numbers is pretty easy, but it gets confusing once you get into the bigger ones. So scientific notation I found really helpful just because it is such a straightforward way of being number is bigger than this number, and it's always easy.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Iltsign wants to know if you get coffee at 2:00 for a specific reason.
Yes, actually. And I feel like I need to defend myself a little bit to the office on this.
Look what you've done. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So Ildazine is also asking that knows the daily circadian rhythm has ups and downs, and certain times of day are better than just caffeine. It is a preferred time for me to have coffee in the afternoon because I find my energy levels crash around 3. But also it's partly a productivity thing for me in the sense that I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I will continue to work on something and tweaking on something to the point where it is no longer effective for me to do so, considering how much time I'm spending on it. So I like to create an artificial deadline of you need to stop touching this at 2 o'clock and go for coffee, so that it will be done then.
It's not just OCD.
No.
Okay.
It's actually it's a way to get myself to, okay, no, this is done, stop touching it.
1 out of 3 bosses defeated. Do I have to kill the boss 3 times in this? Or did it not count Sir Bradford and Sharwin the first time around? Was that it?
Maybe.
Huh. This is actually, so the Sunless Citadel, I ran the office through a Sunless Citadel one-shot summer before last, I think. Yeah, it wasn't last summer, it was the one before. I think? When was it? God, does anybody remember? No.
I wasn't here, man.
It was the summer when Chris started working here. Because it was the last time he was able to engage in something that wasn't work at lunch.
That's not true. He watches Picard now, and we're very happy.
That's true. Yeah. I gotta wait until I get home, so I'll be watching Picard tonight, right when I get back, and then hopefully going to sleep since I've been up since 5:30. I'd like some sleep, please, daughter. Let me sleep. Really, please, daughter, let my wife sleep, and then we all get sleep because she's rested, and then I can take over. And, it's fun. All right, what's the next campaign coming up? Wildmount or Theros? Neither. The next campaign, as in permanent campaign coming to Idle Champions, will be whatever the latest book is announced later this year, because they have a habit. I mean, I guess there's a chance that they might not launch another adventure book. But whatever the next adventure ends up being will be the next permanent campaign added to the game. Wildmount and Theros are other planes. I mean, straight up. So they're unlikely to ever make appearances in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. There's always a tangential small chance that a character or champion or something might make an appearance, or maybe an enemy, but it's unlikely. Yeah.
I'm stoked for Theros. But
do you play Magic the Gathering?
No, which is kind of the weird thing about it. But when I was doing my bachelor's, one of my majors was classics, so all Greek and Roman stuff.
Okay. So, I mean, Theros is a how do they say? It's very much inspired by.
Dude. Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like,
Oh, he's fighting a Hydra, huh?
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah. It's all about mythical heroes and deities and stuff. Yeah. When do we get a new patron and level upgrade? Oh, that's a good question. I can confirm that it's not in the immediate release calendar. Is probably the only thing I can say about those things. I can confirm that the art for at least one patron has been done on our end, but for release at a much future date. And level upgrades, God, I don't know. It's not in our. It's probably in our calendar somewhere. But I'll leave it to Chris or Justin to address that. Probably. Not. I'm expecting not in Q1 and probably not in Q2. So.
Isn't Q1 almost over?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not coming this month, and probably not coming in the next few months. But there will I don't want to guarantee it because it's not set in stone. But the likelihood that there is a level cap upgrade this year is extremely high, and the likelihood of an additional patron or patrons this year is extremely high. Maybe I should put it that way. I know that's evasive, but it's what I can say without getting murdernated. Is there a way in game to check the stats/details of heroes that you don't currently have equipped without having to swap them up? No, there isn't. You have to swap champions in order to check out other champions. That's the thing. Do bonus kills / quest item drops by Havilar / Sander count for challenges? Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to make a note about that for Erica to pass along to Justin. Or maybe Mark. Because I'm not sure. You would think so, but I don't know. Dark Dragon, do you follow the agile development cycle, or do you guys just do your own thing? Releases are too frequent to be waterfall, so we don't follow an agile system of development. But we kind of, I don't want to say we have our own thing, because it makes it sound like we just kind of made it up as we go. We have people who work here who are intimately experienced with what it's like to grow a company from nothing to a much larger company. And so we're kind of just, we're introducing additional parts of that as we move along. But yeah, we, I don't know how I would describe the project management end of how everything works here. Chris would be a good person to ask that question.
Yeah.
Since that's literally his job. So I will let our live services manager address that the next time we can get him on stream. Yeah. Make a note for Chris there. Chris D. Any date for the missing GEs that will get added back to the wild offers? This is the first I've heard about that. We have golden epics that aren't in our wild offer system.
Yes.
Oh, that happened while I was gone?
That's no for other Chris.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait on that one.
As far as I understand.
Oh. I'm gonna just make a note on this one too. Agile's nice, but it's no panacea, given how it's been so bastardized by people trying to make it into an industry. My wife is a Scrum master when she's not, at home raising a child, and she's a huge fan of it. And I think Scrum is also what Valve uses. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Like, I've worked in Agile before. We don't do Agile, but
No, we don't.
It's great.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for it.
Do the champions have a level cap? So they have a soft cap in that there's a point where each champion no longer receives additional upgrades anymore, but you can continue to level them past that cap. So there's no hard cap, but the soft cap, yeah, there is a limit. What do you guys think of the Red Letter Media review of the Picard series so far? I have not read or seen it.
Either.
I can tell you what I think of Picard so far, as somebody who's been watching Star Trek since I was a wee one. Because my godparents were deep into Next Generation in the 80s. And, for the entire duration of that show. But they got me into it whenever Next Gen came out. Was that 87 or 89 or something? I don't know, sometime in the 80s. I think the show doesn't feel like the Next Generation, but that's not a bad thing. Episodes of Star Trek were pretty homogenized. There was an intentional lack of character development across both the original series and Next Gen for the most part. They very rarely addressed things like Picard's trauma being assimilated in the show, and and other traumatic events that happen to characters, like, hey, he got captured by the Cardassians and tortured for how long, and some other stuff like.
That really sounded like you said he got captured by the Kardashians, and that was going to be a really interesting spin-off.
That would have been worse. Yeah. Anyways, and so I am really happy that they are diving into that as part of Picard. They're spending a lot more time getting into his psyche, his trauma, and what's happened to him, because he's gone through some ridiculously harsh stuff when you really think about it. And so I'm glad about that. I'm also glad that they've managed to put in some awesome Easter eggs, including a very unexpected technology during an episode last week it was a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina thing to the plot, but the technology had precedent, was in an episode of one of the shows. I'm being really vague here, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And it was Oh yeah, that was already a thing. Like you can, if you want to, you can go on Memory Alpha and look it up. The scene between the last scene between Jerry Ryan and Patrick Stewart in that episode was intense and was something that never would have shown up in any of the other Star Trek shows to date. So I'm glad that it's doing all those things, and I'm glad that it's being its own thing. But I think that if you were hoping for more seasons of Next Generation, you were probably sadly disappointed, because it is very much not that thing. But I think that's okay. Yeah, I really, really, really like it. And for the last month, my wife and I have been watching it first thing in the morning while she's feeding our daughter.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and sometimes, actually, we were really lucky. Her mom came by from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Every day for the first 3 weeks, which basically just helped us to get some sleep, which made such a difference. But she also loves Star Trek, so she would watch it with us too. So yeah, I'm happy it exists. I think they're doing some really great things with the writing and with the characters, and yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this week's episode when I get home. But yeah, I'll have to check out the Red Letter Media review. I don't know. I don't put a lot of stock in most reviews because I tend to watch or read things myself and decide whether or not I liked it. Yeah. Plus, I mean, if you read reviews before everything, like, I didn't read any of the reviews for Rise of the Skywalker, but I can't imagine they were flattering reviews. Because, like, while I did watch the movie opening night and enjoy the experience, every time I think about literally anything that happened in that movie, I'm like, ugh. So, yeah.
That's I don't know. I feel like the criticism of Star Wars movies is a whole other topic.
It's a big topic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's another season of Clone Wars on Disney Plus, and it's awesome. And you remember, you're like, all right, this show was really good. Yeah. Alrighty, let's see. Bonus kills do not count for challenges, only for clearing areas. So,
okay. Good to know.
Good to know. I did not know that.
Thank you, Justin Overmark and Erica.
Thank you, Erica, for getting that for us. An adventure where every boss is Medusa. Ugh.
Oh, but when you beat the boss, you get a Pegasus.
As long as, while riding that Pegasus, you pull a Medusa head out of a bag and shine it in the face of a Kraken to turn it to stone, right?
And then drop it in the ocean, and that's how you make coral? Greek mythology. You're great.
Hello, Dylan. Joined late. Could you please tell me how to get that Artemis skin? That is a great question. I actually don't know.
It's going to be coming.
I logged in, and it was there one day.
Okay, that's how you definitely have been gone for a month.
Yeah, because it was created while I was away, and I logged in. I'm like, Artemis skin, okay. No, if I were to guess, it's probably an upcoming DLC.
Look forward to our spring celebration.
Ah, okay. Yeah. God, I probably got some other ones in there that. So this is the risk of using one of our own accounts. When we're on stream is that sometimes we have stuff a little early. So yeah. Artemis and Trary as a shade is coming as part of a DLC. Wow, I forgot that was there.
I don't know. He looks like almost invisible in that background too.
Yeah, there's a translucency to him that I like, or an implied translucency. Really, they did a good job. Anywho, let's see. Can we get a dire ostrich familiar?
As long as it doesn't make that noise.
Oh no, it has to make that noise.
No,
it has to make that noise. No. I was at home and I tuned in for a few minutes and it was just like that obnoxious sound as it popped up in the background. I'm like, that is awesome. So yeah, if we can get that sound effect and the ostrich, I'm gonna push for this.
Okay.
Clive/Chris.
You do you, man.
Yeah. What? Everybody mutes our game anyways. Alrighty.
Okay.
When the next lot of blessings comes along, please don't make it E26 first up. It is a really, really long slog to get there. That's helpful feedback, Darkstrider. One of the things is like you always want something that you can work towards. And for those of us who for people who No, really. I was going to go in a direction that actually didn't make sense, and I realized that before I said it. Yeah, you got to have something to work towards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
Goals.
blessings and then patrons and patron variants are kind of like that's the end game of the never-ending game that is Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms. So, yeah. Is not being able to view other champions' character sheets an intentional design decision? That's a good question. I think would that be a David question? Mm-hmm. David handles all the front-facing stuff. Maybe Erica can get David to chime in on it. You guys need to capitalize on the game while it's popular and get some really hard but doable content for players like me. Yeah, fair enough. Weekend buff. Yes. Chris actually. So these didn't exist yesterday, but they exist now.
Yay!
I don't know if the art is done yet.
Oh gosh.
Because we have some artists out today, but let's see. Spring Forward Weekend.
No, not that day.
Let's see. Jarlaxle, Makos, Havilar, Farida, and Regis with
fun.
an item for Havi. All right. Iltasign wants to know if you've had a chance to play Slay the Spire.
Not since the last stream. PAX East is pretty involved, and then on when I was back Tuesday and Wednesday, I tried my best to go completely AFK, and just I do a lot of our social media, and that can be really involved when you're at PAX. So it's like trying to turn off all of my screens.
I posted a bunch of stuff while you were gone.
Yeah, I know. I got the notifications. I think there was little hours every time I looked at my phone. Like there was like another 20 notifications. And
you can just turn off notifications while you're off. Yeah.
Well, I was off. Yes. While I was at PAX, all of the notifications all of the time. So it was I went outside, and it was great, and it was sunny, and yeah.
Huh.
It was great.
Outside. What is that? What is outside?
There's cherry blossoms and sunshine, and I felt very happy.
This is an interesting question that Alpha Crawl has. How will we best get a reply to questions we have asked here, but you have to forward to someone else? I've asked you a question on a previous stream that you couldn't answer, and I couldn't find anything about an answer in any posts or forums. Yeah, sometimes that happens. So basically, if we get a question that neither of us can answer, and that Erica can't answer because she's putting all the questions together in a document, and like she tends to she'll write in the answer if she knows it. She's got a pretty encyclopedic brain about a lot of that stuff, so she tends to remember a lot of it.
She knows things.
She will pass it along to the relevant person who would know the answer, and we don't always get an answer back during stream. It's not because we don't want to answer it; it's because either Justin is busy, or Chris is busy, or David is busy, or whomever. So yeah, the best way is to bring it up again, and hopefully we have the answer by the time we get back to it. Yeah. When are we getting free /gem familiars? That's a good question. I know it's on Chris's to-do list, but I don't have an update on when exactly that's going to be. I know we had hoped to do it sooner, and then a lot of stuff changed behind the scenes. It shuffled a lot of things around. It's kind of it's an ongoing dance, managing the development of a live service game, especially when you work with as many different partners as we do. So things get shuffled a lot. So I don't know that we have a locked-in date for when we're doing it, but I know we have an intention to do it. So somebody posted a picture of Tommy Chong in our chat. All right. Does Cathris's unseen encouragement work as intended? It says boost damage of champions furthest from him, but it seems to boost the formation spots furthest from him. So yeah, I mean, it'll boost champions based on the distance of the formation slot. So it sounds like, as far as I know, it is working as intended. I've yet to see or hear anything that would suggest otherwise. So if you're seeing something that you think is wrong, Typo TX, please open a ticket, and the more information you can give about the context, the better. But Yeah. Is the tentative plan for multiple adventures at once release time a year from now? HK47 Terror. I feel like I'm obligated to answer like HK47 did in the BioWare games. But I can't do that right now because my voice will not permit it. I can say that the multiple adventure mode and mode run automation are in development. I can't give any ETAs or anything related to it. I can just say that it's in development. So yeah. Any plans on Tier 5 blessings? They will come, but we don't have anything that we can share about them yet. Can we get a Kiri familiar? I think it's unlikely. Kiri being a character on a popular show that we have so far not found a way to. Probably not. I mean, we can always ask them, and I can make a note. I mean, we're on good terms with the folks over there, so we can always ask. But I wouldn't get your hopes up about any named characters from either of the campaigns of Critical Role making their way into the game. It's something we would love to do if we had the opportunity, but the chances of it are, like they got a book coming this year. They got an animated series in development. I don't even know what else they're doing right now, but those folks are very, very, very busy.
And we're also very thrilled for their success.
Yeah. How cool is that? I mean, their success is success for D&D, so that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Any plans on adding more patrons? Sorry if this already asked. Yeah, we will. Yeah. In fact, I am especially excited about one of the patrons that's planned to come, although I haven't got the slightest idea when, so I don't want to talk about it too much. But when I saw what Adam was drawing, I was like, yeah. Will we get a 4th level of upgrades for Waterdeep? It's the only campaign with 3. Yeah. I think so. God. Are we really? Wait. I'm gonna walk that back a bit. Probably. My guess is that we would probably have another tier of blessings for it at some point. But at the same time, I'm like, actually, aren't we getting close to the end of that campaign? So there's a chance that we won't. Yeah. Like, we'll definitely get more blessings for Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, and we will definitely get blessings for Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. But Waterdeep Dragon Heist, like Tomb of Annihilation, is basically wrapped up, and Waterdeep Dragon Heist, they've done the adventure from the book. So, I don't know. Yeah, Tomb has 4 tiers and Waterdeep has 3, but at the same time, like, the entry-level requirements for how much equipment you need in order to be able to play those adventures, and the order in which you unlock them from the main map kind of tiers up. So, like, Tomb of Annihilation is the second campaign. What?
Not that I can see on stream.
You remember something?
Yeah, about... Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways. Waterdeep. Anyway.
Yeah, Waterdeep, Dragon Heist. So there's always the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna do all 26 levels of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That would be cool, though. That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's always possible. I mean, some of those levels are even in the world map, right? Yeah. How big is the CNE team? What are we at? 24? No?
Less. I think we're 20 or 22.
It's like mentally trying to count. Yeah, what are we at, 20? God.
Yeah.
Every time I think, I'm like, no, but like then people come and then like, because we always like we have a co-op because Graham is our co-op right now, and then
but the co-op's
curious.
9, 14, 15.
Hey, wait a minute. This hasn't been up.
Yeah.
This
I
hasn't
still
been
don't
updated.
exist, so it's that plus.
You're not even on our marketing page
I know.
yet. Oh man. Huh. I feel bad that I can't answer.
So if we count, that's 9. So 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, 19, 20.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Because Jacob's not on here either.
Yeah. So that's 21.
21. 21? Gonna go with 21.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Wow, that looked bad, hey? Dexter says 22. Oh, I forgot Dexter.
Oh. There we go. So, yeah, no, I said 22, and then you're like, no, and then we like counted. And
Yeah.
that was one of my 3s
Dexter was one of your 3?
that we were counting. Because we really need to update the staff page.
You know, it's on Dexter's plate, so it's
Yeah.
it's his fault that he doesn't exist and you don't exist. And
Sean doesn't exist.
Sean, right? Sean too. God,
Don't
we've had
forget about Sean.
well, no, we've had a lot of hires in the last year. My brain is mush now. I was a lot sharper before.
Yeah.
I swear. No. How about Morgane's Eagles as familiars? Well, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Any chances
Sean,
of
you're on your own account, not your official account.
any chance of getting Meepo from Sunless Citadel? I mean, we already have so many kobolds. Or do you mean as a
Okay.
familiar?
Wanted to make sure you weren't spoiling yourself. Keeping an eye
It's
on
Chaotic
me.
Eye.
Yeah, that's
Sean's-
Sean.
Oh. I see you, Sean. Wait.
I know you're
I can
really-
moderate you. Hold on a second.
Oh, what?
No, I'm going to time him out. No, I'm kidding.
Why?
I'm just kidding. He helps us. He moderated Mars's
Yeah.
stream yesterday. Do you guys have any thoughts on allowing players to create their own hero that they can specialize in different tiers of abilities? Yeah. So if you're really hoping to get an opportunity to make your own custom character, then our game might not be your preferred way to do so. Doing it in actual D&D, like on D&D Beyond, would be a great way to pursue it. But the TLDR is that because of the way we've built the game and because of the way that we've built our art assets, having the ability to create a champion who is one of the races and classes and subclasses in the player's handbook for 5e would be just a profound undertaking, because there are just so many possibilities just with the basic stuff, never mind subsequent supplemental products. So it's something that we've toyed with at different times and we've thought about, because we understand how much people like having avatars in things. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it kept me in some games longer than I probably should have played them, was the need to customize my character in that game.
Or just how long you can spend on Hero Forge without actually even buying things. Just be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Creating your own character in Idle Champions is something that's really unlikely to ever happen. Alrighty. I meant Meepo as a character, but I'd take anything.
Yeah.
Meepo's great. As though in our campaign, I accidentally took his head off.
Oh, no.
I find that players either love or hate Meepo. Our group, one of my players really wanted to kill him, like so bad. But everybody else prevented him from doing it because they liked him. But he eventually got himself killed. So, yeah. But he tried to be helpful. He tried so hard. Xanthox said they were at PAX and went by the booth, and coloring was a lot of fun.
Oh, yay. Super glad that you came by. Hope it was like a nice chill time, because there is a lot going on the floor in PAX.
East is a bit of an overwhelming experience, like going down the escalators, and it's just like
everywhere.
PAX in front of you, like all these people and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel in some way a little bit spoiled that I'll never be able to go as a non-exhibitor, because being able to walk the floor when it's empty is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing I like about, because especially if you brought some money and you want to shop for some nerdy things, doing so before the doors open is way better than after they're open. Granted, it's the only time that, like, as somebody who works at a convention, the only opportunities you have to go shop are like before it opens and lunch break.
Yeah.
Lunch break, you're not getting
No.
anything. So
You were standing in line for your quarter ration.
Yeah. So both Eric and I would hit up Chessex before they opened to the floor to get whatever like specific custom dice you want, because they tend to sell out of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think who else opened their stores early for me? Bungie opened their store early for me at West last year.
Cantrip
That
was really
nice.
nice to put stuff aside for Alexis and myself.
Yeah.
Until we were,
Yeah. That is a sweet perk. I like that
Yeah.
one. Familiars should have personalities or a special power. For example, Baby Spurt granting a discount clicking Spurt upgrades, or Boo does double click damage on Minsk's favorite enemy. Any chances? Honestly, I could say that nobody has ever suggested that before, so I'll pass it along.
It's cute. I like it. I don't know if it's happening, but
Yeah, I don't know what the chances are, but I'll pass the suggestion along. Somebody should wear a green shirt next stream for floating heads. I mean, so I did the floating head thing for Halloween, and it was awkward and weird. Were you around yet at that point?
No.
Oh, yeah. I had a green cloak and that skull mask down there with an animated flame behind my head so that I could be a flame skull. And it was an experience.
I could just imagine that wearing a mask on stream would be uncomfortable.
It was. And I used our green screen, our mobile green screen, as the cloak. So like it was a pretty heavy material. So like, like a few minutes in, like sweat was like running down my face and the inside of the mask. And I'm talking to Aaron Evans about like Farida and Havilar and like just talking about characters, and I'm like trying to stay in character as a flame skull with a bad voice. It was terrible. I don't know how many of you saw that experience, but yeah. Plus, so few people seem to get that I was making a joke about Monkey Island with it, which but it was it was worth it. I don't know if I would do that exact thing again, but I would do something silly for a Halloween episode again.
Apparently, they wanted to. They want me to cosplay Bruner. And
Bruner.
I'm not sure I have the beard to pull that
Interesting
off.
choice.
Yeah.
But then you get to wear a fake beard. Fake beards are cool. How about a post of the questions and answers from the stream on the Discord or subreddit sometime afterwards? That's not going to happen. We tend to go through, upwards of 80, 90, 100 questions per stream. And just to be frank, nobody has time to transcribe them. Yeah. No, it wasn't the demon pirate LeChuck. It was Murray, the talking skull, the demonic skull, the demonic talking skull. Murray. Anyways, I was a flame skull named Murray, and I thought somebody would say something about Monkey Island, but nobody did.
Sad.
Yeah. Murray was awesome. What are the chances we will see Ulcoria this year? Ooh, yikes. That's a hashtag blame Chris. I'm not sure.
Sorry, that was a great typo.
That was a good typo.
Hashtag blame Christ.
Yeah, I know that. So, I know that Ulcoria is earmarked to be an evergreen unlock for the Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign, but an ETA date, time, whether or not it's this calendar year, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. Hashtag blame Christ. Yeah, that is what I wrote.
Whoops.
Yeah. Did you ever figure out the answer to my question about how Casaspia's debuff stacking with itself works? Every hit an enemy takes starts a new damage over time. They don't get overwritten, so the damage is additive. Thank you for that, Erica, by the way, because I had no idea. I'm like, Casaspia? Who's that? Yes, both streams give me so much knowledge in the last 2 months, and also all you nice guys answering questions. Oh.
Super glad you could join us and join the community.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much notice will we get before you remove a campaign? We don't have any plans to remove any campaigns. They will just kind of end, like, the number of adventures and variants, and then we'll kind of cap off, and then we won't put any more in there at some point. Yeah, but removing them, no plans for that. Is it intended that Neris's spiritual weapon works when attack timer bars are full but do not trigger with champions with extra attacks? For example, Jamila, Bidwin, Jarlaxle. So Neris's spiritual weapon will only attack after a character attacks. So they have to attack. Yeah. Erica is trying to get the devs to confirm, but that's an interesting one. I'm not sure about the bug. It's the first I've heard about it, if it is a bug. But yeah, we're not removing any campaigns.
No.
I had thought I had heard in a previous stream that CNE was planning 2 1-week Idle Champion events in 2020, but I couldn't find a reference to it anywhere. Is that correct? That might have been a mention. So we have, we do an anniversary celebration every year, which is a 1 week long event in a way. I mean, it might even overlap with an event, but we do that. So there's that. We might do another one this year. That might have been what the whomever it was referring to. God, I hope it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. And Chris came and crashed the stream a couple weeks ago.
Did he? Why?
He wanted to share some of the stuff coming on, and the stream was working fine until Chris came in, and then...
Then he broke it?
His presence broke it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So that might have been Chris.
Oh.
Oh, Chris. Yeah, as far as I know, the only thing 100% confirmed that we can talk about is that there will be an anniversary for the anniversary.
Yes.
That will be early September, I think, is when it falls on. Yeah. If everybody here buys a DLC, Dylan will wear a dress. Hey, joke's on you. Dresses are comfortable.
Super comfy.
Yeah.
Super, super comfy.
Is the goal in each campaign to flesh out 3 variants per adventure and then call it complete? Tomb Annihilation is almost there, so I'm curious if you'll stop there and focus. So how can I talk about that? In our planning documents, we don't list variants with adventures past 3 variants. So, we might consider Tomb of Annihilation 100% complete, done, not doing it again, after there are 3 variants for every adventure in it. That's assuming we even do that. I mean, yeah. Do you have to live in Canada to work for Codename Entertainment? As a general rule, yes. We don't have remote staff.
We're all one big happy family with hazing.
Hazing. Any movement on Pinky and the Brain? What is that about?
Oh, it's from a stream a couple of weeks ago about Familiar and a Boss, and yeah, it would be great, but I don't think that we can do that without being sued. So,
I mean, you could have a diseased rat named Pinky,
and like a brain boss.
Yeah.
Might fire.
Maybe just have an elder brain. So if a rat named Pinky just comes out and gets killed, that's probably obscure enough. Of course, you got to sing the song from Animaniacs while you do it. So.
Oh, I feel like I need to answer a question that's popping up in chat. No, I do not yet have Havilar's fancy dress epic. I managed to get full epics on Havilar during her event, except for the dress.
Oh, yeah?
And I feel like it's become enough of a thing that I would have to do the time gate and unlock it on stream. Yeah. Sean was threatening to just unlock it on my account, and I was very upset about that. So I wanted to earn it.
Oh, yeah, because I already gave you everything except the most recent characters you wouldn't have. Yeah. So you'd actually have to get it.
Which I want to do because I want to do it legitimately.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see about that. I know your account ID.
No.
Delete. Just remove everything.
Okay, then I start fresh.
Yeah.
I'm more okay with that than you know. getting
I know the C&E office has D&D
Yeah.
games going on. Any chances of, or are there some I don't know of, a streamed D&D game from the C&E office? So there's been people in the office talking about doing one for years, a stream one. And I think what stops them is the fact that it is a crazy amount of work to stream a D&D game. It's so much. Lots of people here play D&D. And we do tend to stream D&D during our Extra Life streams each year.
Yep. But
So,
nothing.
but like a weekly game that is us, probably. Well,
What's Kat's D&D podcast called?
oh God, I have no idea what her podcast is called, but I bet I could find it on her Twitter.
There, yeah. Kat is one of our fantastic artists.
Let's see.
And
Is
yes,
it?
Laura Cubby.
Laura Cubby.
That's it.
Yeah.
And she has a D&D podcast
Yeah.
called Laura Cubby.
I wouldn't mind seeing more Baldur's Gate characters for that nostalgia. You may be in luck in the future. What happens to all those coloring pages after conventions?
We put them, each day we put them up, and then the ones that we don't put up yet, we ship to the next convention to put up for the first day. So the ones from the last day from East will go up for West.
And then what happens to them? Okay.
A Viking burial?
Yeah. Any chance we will see characters from Torch in the game?
Yeah.
If you caught their first show, yes.
Yeah.
We are lucky in that we've already worked with half of that cast, quite a lot. So, yeah, the D&D Presents characters will someday join the game. I think we're gonna give them a little bit of time to find themselves and establish who these characters are
Definitely.
before doing that. But yeah, they will come.
Lovely people, too.
Any chance for a community polled champion, like voting on race, class, role, alignment, things not too strictly mechanical? I mean, so it's a possibility. The challenge there is that with our release schedule, with how we work on things, doing that in any kind of meaningful way would be a massive undertaking. So
Yeah.
if you want to take it on,
part of the thing that I fear is how to make that fair as well and not be too manipulated.
yeah, it's tough. I think if it were up to me only, I would probably have a selection of race class combos that we haven't done that we're interested in.
Oh, okay.
Let the community pick that, and let them pick.
So we don't call it champion make champion face?
Yeah, right. And then let them pick some other, significant chunks of the design, like put together ideas on, like, say, pull them on tags, like, DPS support, gold point, whatever, just to try and get an idea of it. And then, and then kind of coming up with a bunch of different versions a few times, and then getting the community to vote on which version to go with, would probably be how I would do it. Because every single part with polling and voting and from scratch and stuff would be a crazy amount. Yeah. Can we get Smeek the Goblin familiar from Eros? I think we've joked about that before. I don't know if it's something that we actually plan to do. That would be a character of that would be one of Mark Holmes's characters. Yeah. Wouldn't Celeste or Calliope be an easier cosplay than Brunner?
Yes. And I would love to cosplay Celeste or Calliope as opposed to Brunar, but the Discord told me that I should cosplay Bruno, and okay, guys.
You always do what the Discord says.
No, no, no. But yeah.
Do you have any updates on if the auto mod will be out soon? Auto mod?
What? Modron automation?
The Modron automation? We don't have an update on it. Yeah. It's in development. Yeah. That's literally all we can say about it. Any chances of having adventures or variants which only use champions from a single affiliation, like Companions of the Hall, C Team, Force Grey, etc.? Yeah.
Don't we have one where you can only use Force Grey?
I think we do.
Played that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we already have one that does that. What is up with Hitch? I remember of Force Grey not being able to be used on Black Staff missions. Doesn't he have a low con? Isn't that what it is? Yep, low con.
There we go.
Yeah, so that is kind of counterintuitive in a way, in that as a member of Force Grey and as the Black Staff being one of the few people who can just activate Force Grey at will, Hitch working in those adventures would make sense. But does not within the...
I really enjoyed the
restrictions. Yeah.
The Mitch skin.
What's that?
The Mind Flayer Hitch.
Mitch?
Yeah.
It looks good. Well, Adam had been trying to get us to do a Mind Flayer skin for a character for a while. Yeah, so when we finally got to do one, he's like, yes. If a streamer's characters get killed, like on Torch, does that alter your plans? I mean, I guess it depends. To date, we've had... we had Keelik die on Eros right before joining the game, and we had Sentry die on Eros. But they ended up coming back. I don't think it makes a difference for our plans, really. After all, Spurt lasted 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair. For 11 days. Well, 20 minutes in game.
Yeah.
And still, but it's still very much a part of the lore.
Well, it was such a straightforward episode otherwise.
Yeah.
And then he showed up, made tons of chaos, died, got them all into trouble. Yeah. It was good. Any plans for another speed champion? Yeah. Briv is also a speed champion in addition to his tanking, healing, and support. He can do everything. Because paladins in 5e are just categorically overpowered. I presume Briv will be affiliated with Eberron. Now, that is an interesting question. Yeah, that is a very interesting question.
Try to chime in.
Yeah. Have you guys discussed skipping conventions if coronavirus gets worse? It's been, it's going to be something that people talk about given what the news cycle is like right now. Right now, we're kind of just, we already know which events we are participating in, and if they go ahead, we will too.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we will wait and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And obviously, if any of us feel sick on our return, we're not going to come into the office.
Yeah. 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 I get why people would be apprehensive about going to events and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how this is going to be in a month. I don't know how this is going to be in 2 months. And I just think, as a team, we'll monitor and look at every convention.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously GDC was canceled.
Yeah.
We normally send folks to that each year. And, there is probably pressure on E3 to cancel, which we don't go to, but it's, one of the other milestone, big, huge events. I just read that TED is either postponing or going digital for this year, which is TED is hosted in Vancouver right now, at least for this year's event they were planning to. So yeah, we're just kind of, I think a lot of companies, ourselves included, we're just kind of waiting and seeing, and yeah.
Yeah.
Any chance of adding Mordecai the Red Wizard from the Forgotten Realms? More vintage characters are harder to fit in the game in the sense that we very much focus on more current storylines and characters and campaigns and stuff. Outside of the Companions in the Hall and Artemis and Trary, all of our characters are like 5e, current, more recent Forgotten Realms novel characters. We don't really go too far into the back catalog. We do have one like classic D&D character coming to the game in the next couple of months, but for the most part, it's not something that we're focusing on, I guess you could say. I find your lack of Elminster in the formation disturbing. Mordenkainen too. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess those wizards can go anywhere they want. So they could be on any plane. They're not just relegated to Greyhawk or other settings. But Elminster in particular offers an interesting challenge in that how do you have a champion whose power level is so high that they're not quantifiable added to a game like this, like with the way the game is designed. So, Elminster's name has come up many times in terms of just possibilities and how we could use him. Maybe he should be a patron, or maybe we should do slot 13 or 14 or whatever and have him in there. There's like all these potential ideas.
You're gonna start rumors now.
Yeah, please do. But we haven't really found a way that we want to bring him into it that we like yet. So, I would expect to see a character like Elminster at some point, but outside of just being an NPC in an adventure like he has already, who knows? Any plans to add Alias to complement Dragonbait? No, we don't. We don't plan to add Alias. Never mind the problematic issue of trying to find a way to introduce a character who is wearing a chainmail bikini and embodies a lot of the other fantasy tropes from back when that novel was published. The reason that Dragonbait was introduced was not because of Azure Bonds, but because Dragonbait is in the Tomb of Annihilation book as a companion to Artis Cimber. So that was why he was brought in. When can we expect the other members of Erebus, if at all? You can expect at least one of them this year, possibly more. How do you get Mitch? How did we get the Mind Flayer Hitch thing? Was that a community award?
Or is that part of the...
Was it the celebration last year?
Celebration for year 2?
I think it was the year 2 celebration. God.
It's before my time.
Yeah. I think it was the year 2 celebration award. Wasn't it? God. Yeah, I can't remember.
But no, the year 2 celebration sounds right, but yeah.
Yeah, Mage Pie, year 2 anniversary skin. Yeah, so there isn't a way to get Mitch currently unless he shows up in a wild offer.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we have Tiamat as a Descent into Avernus patron? That would make a kind of sweet sense, hey, given that we're already earning Tiamat's favor in our Descent into Avernus campaign.
Be super cool.
Yeah. Where does that Artemis and Trary skin come from? It will be introduced in the future. Yeah.
Yes.
This month even, I think. Maybe. Next month?
End of this month? Or beginning of next?
What's that?
End of this, beginning of next.
Yeah, I don't have the exact date. I know that it's coming.
We don't have exact dates ever.
Yeah, so the reason you can see him now is because we have our accounts all have all the DLC and stuff activated as they come out, but they come out for us as they are implemented. And so once they are implemented in the game, they show up for us before they show up in stores in the shops to buy. So
technically, I don't have that yet.
What, the Shade one?
No, the beta implementation.
They still haven't given you a dev access account yet? God, wow, they really do pick on you. No, it took me a while to convince them to do it for me. Actually,
I'm pretty sure if I brought brownies, I could convince them that day.
Right, is
that
it
hour.
drugs in your brownies?
No. Just really nice brownies.
Oh, I mean that's also nice. That would also work. But
Like bribe people with baking.
that might work for some
Yeah.
folks. Yeah.
I know some that does have a sweet tooth, so.
It's true. I mean, God, the number of donuts that people buy and bring here is crazy.
Oh, Erica says yes, more Margaret baking. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Okay.
first, you need a dev account. Yeah. And a raise and a desk that can be raised
It's
up.
up
And, yeah. What are the perks you can get?
Well, I got a Neely chair, and that was super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Erica says that she got to follow up on that spiritual weapon thing.
Ooh.
The spiritual weapon attacks when your champion starts their attack. However, extra attacks from so Jamila, Binwin, etc. Extra attacks are a continuation of an ongoing attack, and so they only have one attack start.
Oh.
So that's what it is. Is Dylan promising raises? Oh, I don't have any authority on that. Yeah, that would be a approach the founders and give tribute. They also
Yeah.
like donuts and brownies and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if they like drugs, so you don't have to put drugs in your brownies.
No. Just chocolate. And
Sorry,
all good things.
I'll like go up to my dad's place and they'll be like, "Don't eat the brownies in the freezer unless you want to have a trip." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll leave those there," because you're just raiding your parents' fridge.
Don't bring that stuff to the office.
Well, some people I know might make that mistake. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like now if I ever bring brownies to the office, that I'll have to
Put drugs in them?
no, put an asterisk, made with love, not drugs.
Made with and love is spelled in some weird way because it's the name of a street drug that we don't know about.
No. Fine.
So drug-free brownies, it's fun. They sound delicious. Yeah. Yeah. You
I
drink
do
caffeine, you
caffeine.
have one of the strongest drugs out there.
That's a fair point,
Yeah, that is a fair point.
but it is shockingly legal and normalized.
Well, kind of like alcohol, right? It's poison.
Yeah, it's
but it's
literally-
regulated and it's such a core part of so much culture. There are the raves she goes to. Yeah. How come you're such a raver? I mean, Erica wrote it in the thing, so obviously. No, I'm
No.
kidding. I have lots of friends who were ravers, and yeah.
You can have a great time at a rave completely sober.
What?
If you like the music. Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't go to raves. I went to
Okay.
metal shows, so I blew out my hearing instead.
Oh, you bring earplugs. You only have one set of ears.
This is true. I saw a lot of those shows, and I didn't have earplugs at all of them.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Ministry show was the one that did the most damage to my ears. Ministry was loud. Like ringing ears for days loud. Yeah. When I was at Slayer, I was in the photo pit in front of it because I was doing photography for a newspaper.
That's cool.
And
See?
I had earplugs for that because it's
Yeah.
but the photography pit is right in front of the fencing where the mosh pit is. So if they wanted to, the people could just grab you. And so we're doing our photos and you only get a couple songs to do it before they boot you out because people are going to start crowd surfing
Yeah.
in there and kicking you in the face.
Ow.
And as I was walking out of the photo pit, you walk by their speaker setup, and it's just it's 8 feet tall by 5 or 6 feet long of just solid speakers. And I stepped out in front of it, and they're boom, and I kid you not, it took me off my feet, and a guy caught me. The guy behind me was grabbed my shoulders and righted me because I was stepping out, turning off my camera. I was blown off my feet by the speaker setup.
Thank you, Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a guy named Saul. Good dude. Yeah.
I also find that a lot of the people at metal shows were just like the nicest people. It's not really my type of music, but they're just the nicest people collectively. Like,
Yeah, they can be nice and still just aggressive mosh pitters
yeah.
with their elbows out, like because they go into those pits to get messed up. Yeah,
and that's
like
their jam. And
I
it's
remember
okay.
I remember walking onto the floor for a ministry show. Who was opening for them? It was like I think Testament was opening for them, and a guy who was probably 6 inches taller than me was getting carried off the floor with like blood running down his face because he got mangled in the pit by other dudes who were just enormous. And I was like, whoa! Like it was the first time I was like, I'm not getting into this mosh pit. The ministry show was the first mosh pit I didn't go into. And then I remember when I was standing in line for merch, I was the shortest person there by far, and I was like, how the heck are like all these metalheads so big? And I was like, good lord, I don't want to be in this pit because like you get hit a lot.
Moshing is an experience I've never done and probably will never do.
What about crowd surfing? Have you crowd surfed?
No.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah.
I mostly just stand in a corner and dance.
I'll never do it again, but crowd surfing was fun. Yeah. Anywho,
Anyway,
that had nothing to do with D&D. Hello, Margaret and Dylan. Margaret, did you enjoy PAX East?
Very much so. Thanks, Melanie. It was a really nice experience to see so much of the community. And it's a great time. Did not see Boston, but really enjoyed PAX East.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing about East is eat, work, sleep, repeat. Kind of thing.
But for a work trade show, it is awesome. It's like I've been to like pharma conventions. They're boring.
Yeah, I imagine that's less fun.
So
less exciting. How many dice did you guys give away at PAX?
Over 1,500.
Darkstrider, do you have statistics of the least popular champions? We do have that information. Will we share it? I don't know if we will or if I'm allowed to. I don't personally know it, but we have an analytics person, so I know he knows it.
He knows things.
Yeah.
With numbers. Mm-hmm.
Finally finished 2,000 loot levels. Now I can see what Murd is all about. Hey, congratulations.
And as Miranda is saying, there's no packs for dice in Europe. And are you trying to make me feel sad and guilty enough to do more dice raffles?
I mean, we need dice to show up here before we can keep doing that.
We literally ran out of dice. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, we didn't run out until 5 o'clock on Sunday. It's the last day. But
that's not bad.
Yeah. That was timed pretty well.
Good.
We need more. Other than the small stacks of precious dice that people here have on their desks, that there would be mutiny if they went missing.
Oh, I would have been so choked if the
Yeah.
ones that I had on my desk were not there when I got back.
Yeah.
Oh man, because when we made those sets of dice, rather than get one of each of the colors, I got 4 of the one that I liked, and so they were the only ones.
They're the only ones.
So they're not
Nice.
replaceable. I would have been super mad. Plus, I roll well on them.
Oh, there you go.
They're weighted.
No. Eric does not allow weighted dice ever.
Oh yeah, has he ranted to you about how to
Yes.
balance dice properly yet?
Yes. Yes.
Those old school diehard D&D players, I tell you, they only use casino quality dice in their games on their perfectly leveled tables. It's like a slate table with like a felt layer on it, so the thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding a little bit though. The rest of that's probably true.
It kind of sounds like a wormwood table, but I wouldn't know.
Are you guys planning on going to PAX in Melbourne? We're not planning on it, no. Why does Narak's Githzerai focus affect lifelong enemies? It's not a formation ability. That's a good question. I'm going to pass that along, Garwar. Yeah, I mean, Githzerai focus is not a popular ability on our end, I think. I suggested it, and Justin reluctantly tried it out. And I think he regrets it because it's such a disgusting ability that could get really out of hand easily. So, but I'll pass that along to see if, Which color dice are they that I? I have they're like purple and teal with gold writing ones. Those are the ones that I liked the most out of the last few rounds that I made. So, actually, to be honest, I never did check my desk to see if they're there. They better be there when I get out of here.
I didn't. The only thing I borrowed was the dice tray.
We don't have any dice trays.
The one you have on your desk. Yeah.
Oh, not anymore. It's gone. I came in.
I
I'm like,
borrowed it.
yeah. Chances on connecting our profiles across platforms. So this will be our last question for the day. I'd like to use the same account on console and Steam. Yeah. The long story short is that that will probably not ever happen for us. It's extremely unlikely. Without getting into any of the discussions behind the scenes, the TLDR is that, Android and Google and iOS and Apple and Steam and Valve and Xbox and Microsoft and PlayStation and Sony are not all corporations that necessarily want to coordinate with each other to allow you to do that kind of thing. They will do it if you're bringing in enough money for them, which is why Fortnite and like Destiny can do stuff like that. But a small company like us, it's a yeah. And then it's also like a massive technical hurdle too. So yeah, it's unlikely to ever happen. But yeah, we hear you. Thanks for the feedback. We should probably wrap things up.
Yes.
Before we get to it, I just wanted to do another shout out and thanks to the folks over at Beadle and Grimm's for sending this our way. These are super
Awesome.
cool. And these feed our office community of D&D players in that many different campaigns are being run in the office at any given point, and there's lots of cool stuff in them. Shout outs also, I mean, it's not part of the stream necessarily, but shout outs to the folks at D&D Beyond for doing a musical dev episode today. I was watching it before I got sucked into meetings, and glad that your streaming stuff got sorted out. But yeah, that was cool. And yeah, Briff Steel Marrow coming next week.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Otherwise, yes, this has been our show for March 5th, 2020. Thank you guys for joining us, for participating both in our communities and the D&D community. You guys are awesome. This show exists because of a number of amazing people behind the scenes, including our co-producer Erica, as well as our partners at D&D, Greg, Bart, Pelham, Allison, Shawling, Lisa. We will see you next week to talk about Festival of Fools Year 3 and Briv joining the game. In the meantime, take care and have a wonderful weekend.